Wow, 2022, eh? We're really right into it. It's going really quick. Well, it has for us anyway, because we've been pretty busy ourselves with a lot going on. After our mad dash from North Queensland back here for Christmas, got all that out the way, all the festivities, and then what we done then, we put our house on the market. So we were busy tidying that up, got it on the market, 8 days being sold, and while that was all going on, we bought a new car as well. So I got rid of the old girl, the old 79. We've updated and bought a new one. So I've got a bit going on with that. So we'll might get a bit of a video out with that later on once I get that sorted. So I've got a few things in the pipeline to getting that set up. We might be able to see a little bit of it in the background there. There we go. That'll do. All right. So what we're going to do, we're going to be parked up for a while. All this is happening. So what I thought I might do was just give you a bit of a rundown on our setup, our caravan, and what we live in. So we'll spin you around. Okay, there it is. It's a 79. It's a Lotus off limits. It's a 2015. We bought it as a demo model. It was in the yard, so it was new but demo. So we didn't have to wait for it, and we had pretty much everything we wanted on it. So we've decided to go for an off-road van. So up to yourselves what you want to buy. It just depends on what you want to do, where you want to go. So we knew that we wanted to get off track and dirt roads and out back, and not so much in caravan parks, but all the free camping and that sort of stuff. So we've gone the off-road van. It's what they class as a 22.5 foot, so it's a decent size. So I'll just give you a bit of a rundown while we're parked up. We're just doing a bit of house sitting at the moment, so we're give me something to do, eh? All right, well, let's have a look at it. We'll start at the front. Okay, I've got the DO35 hitch. That's the go. They're a full articulated hitch. So when you're getting off the track a bit, it's a bit uneven stuff. You've got full articulation in the hitch there. We're going for got the stone guard on the front with the big truck mud flaps on it to help protect the front of the van when you're on the dirt roads. And as you can see by the colour of it, we've been on a few. Just got the other day actually one of those new Boss jockey wheels. 1800 kilos they can lift, and supposed to be all to go. So anyway, we'll see how that goes. Around here we've got the toolboxes on the front. Well, you just in here I cart me hoses, me lead power cables, me leveling ramps, stuff that you want to get out quickly and easily when you first pull up to set up. So that goes in that box there. What I also did, one of the mods I've done, was I shifted those boxes forward, only about an inch I suppose, and I was able to make up a little rack in here just to carry our wood chocks and throw a bit of firewood in as well. So just not too big, just enough to carry a bit for a campfire overnight. So you don't want to get loading up with half a ton of wood on your van with weights. Around the other side here, the other side of the toolbox in here, I've just got a bucket, a bit of old shake off the front of the ground, a few tie down straps, things like that. I used to have a generator slide in there, but we don't carry a gen set, so I took the gen set out and we just use it for storage for other bits and pieces. So that also drops the weight down a fair bit too, taking that out. Mounted another good mod was mounted the tap up here. That used to be just under there somewhere, so that makes it a lot easier to get at when you're want a bit of water, I suppose. A couple of 9 kilo gas bottles on the front, so that lasts ages. So we'll go for a bit of a walk around. What else we got? Front tunnel boot that goes right through to the other side. Yeah, let's open that up. I keep the little Weber in there and a few other bits and pieces on this side. It used to have a slide in there as well with a little barbecue, but what we found with that was using it out here, let's step back a bit, you're not underneath your awning. So if it's raining or something like that, you're out in the elements, you're sunshine, in this heat, whatever. So we got rid of that. We're going for the little baby cube, which we just put on a table there and use that, which is great. And like I said, that's with the slide there, you're outside here. And the other thing is with this too, when you've got your awning arm down, if you're standing here cooking on it, if you're on a slide, you've got the awning arm in the way, but you can drop that down straight, but that's not always convenient. So that's our setup, just on a little table. Follow that table there. Sometimes you run a little butane burner on the side there, or put it up on the fold away table on the side of the van there. So that gives us plenty of stuff to cook on when we're outside, and that way we're underneath the awning, out of the rain or sun or whatever. Another thing we've done, I'll put a 12-volt outlet, little cigarette lighter plug thing there, and what we do with that is I run a little cable up here and plug it into my Jayco LED lights which run along the awning tube. So you can change colours with that, with a little remote control to the yellow lights for insects and stuff like that, so that's quite handy. That's just something we've done along the way. What else we got on this side? Also, another thing I've done, I'll set that up. I'll put another power outlet on the outside of the van there, in additional to this one. This one runs off your 240 volt mains, and this one runs off the 240 volt off our inverter, so we can have inverted power outside if we're off grid, and that way if you want to run, say I don't know, an induction cooker or or something outside, you can use that one there. Obviously with off-road van, you got the bigger wheels, which is great for on the dirt tracks. What else we got? Then another little tunnel boot that goes right through to the other side as well. I just, in that one, I know we've got a few caravan spares, some extra ropes, extra pegs, some of our set dish stuff shoved up in there. So that's a bit more storage area. Okay, on the back here, these brackets here, that's for me little fold-up mangrove jack fold-up boat trailer. When that's folded up, that drops in across the back here. These are all aluminium, so light. The trailer itself only weighs 38 kilos, so just a little bit heavier than a jerry can hanging off the back of it. So we haven't got a jerry can off, obviously, there. And just run the single spare wheel on the back, and also we've got just the two PVC piping for our awning bars, like the anti-flap bars and the rafter bars that go out here, so they just all get stored in those two pipes there. We'll keep going around. Got a little light bar up on the back there to light up the back, which comes in handy sometimes when you're backing into a bit of a spot and it's dark. That's the other side of that tunnel boot from here. Hot water system. That's an outdoor shower here. We haven't really used that much, but a lot of people use it when they've been down to the beach, washed a bit of sand off and stuff like that. What have we got here? Fill our water tanks. We've got 3 water tanks, 90 odd litres each. Those two here are hook joined together, which are just under the back there. And this one here is a designated drinking water, or fresh water, which is just under the front a little bit there. So that way you can keep them separate. For if you're filling up water somewhere, it might be bore water or something, you can keep it separate. You get an actual clean drinking water to keep that separated. So that's pretty handy. And I also put another 12-volt outlet here, which I can use. I run a little 12-volt pump. So if I want to top these tanks up via a creek, a bucket of water, or I can cart water in the ute and transfer it into here, I can just plug in that little 12-volt pump and just pump it straight into the van and keep us topped up. Okay, we'll just jump underneath. Yep. Okay, G&S chassis, independent suspension, twin shocks, for the off-road stuff, which is great. This is really what you need, I think. You can see by all the stone chips and paint off everywhere. We do hit the dirt tracks a fair bit. So that's been no drama. Had no dramas or issues with that. That's the fresh water, or the clean water tank up the front here, and you can see with Lotus they've put plenty of protection underneath. And the pipe work, you can just try and look back there a little bit. No pipe work's really hanging down in where it's going to get hit by rocks and stones and stuff. So it's all tucked up pretty neat, out the way and protected. That there used to be our silage outlet, but we've changed the system a little bit. Put a grey water tank in, so we don't run our silage hose off there anymore. I'll just show you in a sec around the back here. Let's move up to the other side. Okay, so that's our grey water tank there. I'll put that in. Just got the tanks off eBay, plumbed it all up, just made sure you had the right drop so your water flows into it. So when we want to use the grey water tank, all we do is we just shut this valve off here, and then that'll fill the grey water tank up. But if we're not using it, it just goes in the grey water tank and then straight back out our silage hose, and as per normal. And that's tucked up behind that rear mud flap now, so it's all well protected, so we don't get damaged when we're on the dirt tracks again. That's our mains water inlet. Just plug your hose in it. I just got a little just a clip-on hose in. I just fill the end with this elastic to block it off. I just clip that over the end of that when we're on the road. Just stops all the dust and crap getting in there when we're off the bitumen on the dirt. Okay, there's the other two water tanks just there. And what I've done here, which is probably one of my favourite mods, or easiest best mods I've done, I think, is I've tapped in. That's the pickup line for your tanks, one there and one on the other tank, and they join together. And I've tapped into that up here. I don't know if you can see it. I've tapped into that up here. So what I do when I fill my water tanks, I've got a clip-on hose connection at the back of the van. I'll show you that when I get back up. And that pumps the water pretty much into the bottom of the tank and pushes the air out through the top and out your breather hoses, which are at your filler points. And that way you get 100% full tanks, because you have a lot of trouble trying to fill these tanks sometimes through the fillers on the outside, because they get airlocks in them, and you can get little connections that's got a tube that goes down inside, but it's still a bit of a pain. They bubble back and spit at you, and can be make it a bit harder to fill them completely full. So yeah, that's great. And another little trick is that's your drains. You'll probably have a tap on them when you buy a van or get a van. That's the first thing that gets knocked off when you're hitting the dirt. Stone hits that, breaks it off, and then obviously your tank's drained. So you just imagine you get to your campsite that night or after, whatever, pull up and you've got no water because it's all been drained out. So pull them out, just put a bung in them. You can just undo that if you want to ever drain your tanks, which you don't do very often. But yeah, that'll just save you the hassle of getting to camp without any water. All right, well, while we're under here, we'll get up, just show you at the back here. Just there, I've got some 40mm poly running down the chassis rail down there, and there's another one. You might be able to quite see it from here. Another one down over on the other chassis rail, over there. What I do, I keep my silage hose in that. What I do is I'll slide the silage hose down in there, and then across the top of the rails up there, and then back into the one on the other side. So that way, there's any little bit of water left over in the pipe when you roll it up or pack it up, at least it'll be on the outside of your van, and it'll just dribble out and land on the ground and not roll up and dribble inside your toolbox or something like that. So that's where we keep our silage hose. Righto. Don't think there's much else under here, apart from all the dirt. Alright, we'll get up here. And on the back here, that's where I hooked my tap onto, or the hose onto there for when I want to fill the tanks. Same thing, just made up a little blank clip on to get the dirt and stuff out. So you just plug your hose onto that, open this tap up here so it allows it to flow, and turn your water on, and that'll just fill those tanks up. And then once they're full, like I said before, the water will just trickle out of the breather holes, which are just behind these filler caps. And you don't even have to take the caps off, just plug it straight in the back here and fill your tanks up. On this side I've put a, let's get out of that sun for a second. I've put another shade sail rail all the way along, and we've got a spare privacy screen we can put on this side of the van. So it's pretty, like, especially when you're up north or it's pretty hot, we put that up, keeps this side of the van shaded because they do get pretty bloody hot, and also your fridge is on, or our fridge is on this side, so it keeps a bit of shade on that to make it run a little bit cooler. So just makes it run a bit more efficiently, especially like I said up north when the sun's belting down, because they do get bloody hot, these things, and not the best insulation of them, I don't think. All right, we'll jump inside. We'll see what big stuff is he pot around in there. Probably eating chocolate again or something like that, I don't know. And see what, give you a look on the inside. Hello, dearie.
Hello. I'm not eating chocolate.
That's fine. A bit ugly. You've probably got a. Oh, what's it? Did it wrap it down there?
No.
No.
It's near lunchtime.
Is
so.
it? Oh, I know. Oh, if it wasn't beer o'clock, get on the Great Northerns. All right, well, this area in here, we'll start towards the back here. We've got the.
I'll get out of your way.
Yeah, you're right. We've got the club lounge at the rear of the van here. We find that's really comfy. Gives you plenty of leg room and stuff like that. And if I spin you around this way, and you can see we're not having a lounge on the side of the van, or like there, or depending on which side you might be on, gives you a wider space in the kitchen area, I reckon, and more bench space. We've got all this as bench space. More on this side here, and I've got the sink with the drain. Part of it gives you plenty of room. So we like this configuration. It works for us. What else we got in here? Oh, you've got the little sliding pantry, which is just here. Another little tip here is, I mean, the sliding pantries are great, but what happens is when you're driving along, these will want to try and slide in and out while the door's closed, obviously, and it hits the inside of the door, and it's just, and we've had it happen before, it breaks these latches off, or the little thing here. So what I've done here, I've put a little, if you can see it here, this little latch thing here, put that on, just fold that over the back when we're travelling over the back, so that way it can't come out now, so when it's closed it's not going to bang on the inside of it and break those latches off. Stove. There's what you got to be careful of with these, just, yeah, you flip the top up there, there's your stove top there, is when they're sitting up here like this, it doesn't take much for them to fall over. So you've got this window here open and it's a little bit breezy, so that's pretty easy to drop over like that. So what I've done, I've put, hang on, just flip that up, you see that? Yep. Put a little hook up here so that drops over the top, so it can't come down now. So if you just imagine if you've got a pot of water, boiling water on the stove here, and then a little bit of breeze comes in, knocks that over, bang, it's going to go everywhere. And if, you know, whether it's yourself or you've got kids or anything, and it's a hot bloody scalding water, it do a lot of damage. So just a little tip with that one, just something to be mindful of if you've got the stove top up and that window behind it open and it's a bit windy. What else? We've got the compressor fridge. I think it's about 180 litre, is it? I'm not sure. With the freezer at the bottom. That's a compressor type fridge, Nova Cool. We've had no issues with that at all. And like I said, this is 2015 model, so we're we're close to 7 odd years old. This and hasn't missed a beat, that thing. And we find that works really efficiently, especially up north in the heat in the tropics, which we spend a fair bit of time up there. And yeah, like I said, that works great. Had no dramas with that. Microwave, I took that out a little while ago because it actually fell out and then it stopped working, and so we made a cupboard out of it because we couldn't actually use it when we were camped up off grid because our electrical system wasn't able to run it. But we've since upgraded that last year and put a better system or bigger inverter in it, so we can actually run the microwave now. So I put that back in, and I'll just show you inside. I've got one of these flatbed microwaves, so there's no turntable in them, which is great. So when you're on the road, you don't have to worry about, oh shit, we're taking that glass plate thing out before you hit the road and end up getting it busted. So yeah, so we put that back in and we'll get a bit of use out of that. we'll back up this end for a sec. Under here is our electrical system. I'll just rip that cushion off. We're going for the inner drive gear. Got the 200 amp hour lithium inner drive with the new chargers, which are all lithium compatible. And Aaron and the guys down at South Coast Auto Electrics in Mandurah here, they wired all that up for us. So if I'll put a little thingy down the bottom here somewhere with their name and that. If you need any electrical work in Mandurah, way there the guys, you go and see, they'll look. Aaron down there will look after you. And up here is the got all the bits and electrical stuff here to operate it. You got the reflection at the back. You got the what do you call it, the ePro monitor. So that will tell us the state of charge, how much power we're using, how much is going in it off the solar, and then next to that we've got the inverter switch. We can turn that on and off. So we've put a Red Arc 2000 watt inverter in it now. Like I said before, the earlier system we had couldn't run a microwave, and then I had to put the the Red Arc one in because the previous one we had also wouldn't run the microwave because the pure sine thing wasn't swining or something. I don't know what you call it, but anyway,
The sound wave.
the pure sine wave, whatever it is. So I had to change that out, so we're all good with that. I got a don't say dishwasher unless he's over here. Washing machine in here. Which is great. We can run that off the inverter as well, off grid. The only thing you've got to be careful with that, it does use about 40 litres of water per wash, so you just got to watch your water if you're going to be using that, so you don't run out obviously. TV, we've got a couple of TVs, one here and one's in the bedroom, so we'll get down that end. It's a bit bigger than your normal caravan TVs, and it's also, which is great, this is actually mounted into the cavity of the wall. There's a bit of a cavity down here, so the TV's actually mounted in there, so you don't have to take the TV out or off the brackets or mounting brackets when you're travelling. It just stays there. Like most caravans, you've got the TVs mounted on brackets in the corner somewhere, and you've got to take them down before you hit the road because they'll end up falling off. But that's never moved the entire time we've been on the road. A couple of little things too. With one of the cupboard, I've just put a shelf in there just to utilise the space in the cupboards a bit more. Because yeah, space in caravans is a premium. Getting the stuff stacked away. You don't do it, put the shelves in all the cupboards. You still want a couple of cupboards with a bit of extra height for storage and that. For anything else
And it's good because I've still got plenty around for coffee cups and
all your plates and crockery and stuff, and
them cooking stuff.
They've got the canister things happening there with all stacked up nice.
Over there.
And those cupboards at the back there, they haven't got shelves in them, so they're you can put some bit taller stuff in.
Yeah.
A few containers and stuff. So
as you can see, we don't really carry a lot. It's just
try and keep it.
Everything we need.
That's it. Is there anything else in here we need to look at? This end? No. Yeah. All right, we'll move it down this way a bit. So we've got this is our ensuite. We've got the centre ensuite. So we find this works for us. Like we still work occasionally, very occasionally, while we're travelling around. So it's good to. I've done a few night shift jobs and that, so I've been able to. Another door on this side. There's a door here. Hang on. So you can close the bedroom off. So I can have a bit of a snooze during the day or sleep in or something, and you can close it off. And that's dark as in there when you've got those blinds in there closed. And then you've got another door this side of the toilet, so you've got obviously a bit of privacy if you want to go and use the loo. And also if you want to put up the air, just so we've got the air conditioner running and it's pretty hot, we can close that door off, and you're only trying to cool up a smaller space around here with that. So we find that works really well. It suits us. I mean, it's not going to suit everyone. Obviously your layout is going to depend on your circumstances, like whether you've got kids and stuff like that. It's only the two of us, so we've only got we got the van done just to suit two people, which that's why we're going for this sort of layout. I've got the toilet area in there. Yep, toilet, which we don't need to look at that. Shower cubicle on this side. They did have this stupid little, this little latch thing here to hold the door closed. It keep coming open, so I've made a little bracket up here that just drops down, and that stops this door from opening while we're on the road. Just have a quick look inside. You get these little baskets from Bunnings. They're a suction cap thing. You just push them on the wall, screw them on the other side from the stick onto the wall, and that hasn't moved. That's just been there for 5 years and never moved. You know, store your body soaps and shampoos and stuff. Here, look at this say. It's got to write shampoo and conditioner on the bottles, because obviously Vicky wears glasses, so in the shower got to be able to put the right stuff on. And a little bit of greenery to put it up in there. All right, that's that bit. We'll move into this area, the bedroom. Queen size bed. We've got an inner spring for the top. What do you call it? What do you call those things?
Pillow top.
Pillow top mattress. For the van, because I think a lot of times they just give you a foam thing. It's pretty crappy, so it's worth getting the extra quality in your mattress, because especially if you want a decent night's sleep. And like I said, we live in this, so we want it to be good. Cushions, yep, 1, 2, 3, 4. I think there's another, how many out there? Another couple out there, 2. So rule is, if you get a new cushion, one's in, one's got to go out. There's the other TV there. I'll just jump back a bit. There we go. That's the other TV, same size as the other one in the kitchen area. It's also mounted into the cavity in the wall here, so we don't have to take that out when we travel. It just stays there. So, and that's great. We just lay if you want to watch a movie in the afternoon or something or other, or a bit of not just lay in bed or whatever. Sirocco fans. Well, actually, there's another one up the other end I missed showing you. I'll get that in a minute. I've got 2 Sirocco fans in the bedroom. One this side, just swing around, and one on that side. I'll put them in after you've got the van. I just run the wiring through the back of those cupboards on each side, one that side, and tapped into a bit of power on the TV on that one, and I just jump through the wall here and tap into the that light switch, that 12-volt light switch on that side. Yeah, they're great. They're 3 speeds. You've got slow, medium, fast, and there's also a timer on them, so you can run it for 3, 6, 9, I think, and 12 hours, I think, and they'll just shut off automatically. But they use bugger all power. It's like 0.2 of an amp or some bloody thing, and they're pretty quiet. They're really good, especially when you haven't got power and you can't run the air conditioner. It's going to be warm. Throw them on, and they're great. Cupboards. It used to have a bar across the top there for hanging, but it was pretty useless. You couldn't get that much stuff in it, so I put the shelves in here. Excuse me. Put the shelves in here, and that way you can fit a lot more stuff in there. But because when you're on the road, you short thing with songs, whatever, that's all you need. And that's Vicky's side there. Same with shelves in that one as well. And a couple of overhead cupboards across the top there for a bit more stuff.
Notice it's not shorts and t-shirts over there at the moment. It's brought out the winter clothes.
All right, well, you probably wouldn't have noticed that. Just with a quick look, I'm not going to drag all that stuff out. Underneath the bed, there's plenty of storage under there. You just lift the bed up, and there's a heap of storage under there as well. Got a few 12-volt outlets down either side of the bed, down there and down there. That way you can charge our phones, whatever, overnight or whenever. And a couple of power outlets. What else we got?
You've missed something.
What? What?
The best.
Oh, yeah. We're back in the kitchen. Another thing. Bin, rubbish bin. Just got this from Bunnings, little bin slide out thing. Fits in just neat under that drop down here, under that shelf in the cupboard here, under the sink. And here I use the front one for the rubbish bin, and the back one we just use for storage. But it's got a few cleaning products and stuff like that in there. So that's real handy. That rather than have a rubbish bag sitting in the corner somewhere or hanging off a doorknob or something like that. So that's really good as well. And there's that other Sirocco fan I was telling you about before. Just got that in the corner there. We can just do that. You can swing it around and face it towards the kitchen area there. Get nice and cool, Dale. Is that good?
Yeah.
Or we can swing it around this way. Whoop, swing around. And we can point it down towards the couch and lounge area if we want to. Well, we've got a stereo system in there. Fusion stereo system, which is all wide in here and outside. It's got, I don't know if you can see it down there. There's a that's a subwoofer down there, and you crank that up, I tell you, the whole bed vibrates. So I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing. All right. Is there anything else you can think of, do you?
No.
Hang on, spin you around. Okay, well, that's about it, I think, dear. That's run down on our van. Like I said, we've been in for 5 years. It's been, and the van itself's only 7 years old. So, and like, we've been on some pretty rough tracks, and everything's pretty much held together pretty well. So anyway, that'll probably do it, I think.
It's a good van.
Yeah. So if anyone got any questions on what we've shown you, or about travelling on the road, any of that sort of stuff, just drop a comment. And while you're doing that, don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button, all that sort of stuff, you know. And yeah, so yeah, hit us up for any questions you might have, and we're only too happy to
answer them.
Yeah, to answer them. Yeah. All right then, that's it. I think. Let's. I know. I'm gonna be hungry actually. What's for lunch?
I know. We are.
All right. I know.
Alright.
See you out there.
Bye.